Let's be real. The SEO world is an absolute battlefield right now. You've got these AI armies just churning out thousands of articles, and you've got gurus promising you instant page one rankings for a small fee. But what actually happens when all that dust settles? Well, today, we're going to cut right through the chaos. We are giving you the playbook that the pros use to actually win. 5 proven backlink building strategies that create real, lasting authority for any website. These aren't just tricks. This is the real work.
So here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to start by confronting the uncomfortable truth about modern SEO. Then we'll get you a quick and easy win with broken links. From there, we'll dive into how to play the PR game, navigate the kind of controversial world of link exchanges, and then master the ground game of niche outreach. And finally, stick around because we're going to reveal the secret weapon for basically reverse engineering your competitor's success.
You know, everyone's chasing some silver bullet, right? Some magic trick to conquer Google. And while they're all busy flooding the internet with low-quality AI content trying to get a temporary spike, the real winners? They're quietly sticking to what has always worked. All that hype is just a distraction. We're going to focus on what really moves the needle for the long haul. I know, this sounds super simple, but this is the absolute bedrock of all successful SEO. You really don't need to be a genius. You just need to master these 2 things, creating great content and building powerful links. Now, the first part, making content, that's getting easier every single day. But that second part, building high-quality links, well, that is where the real work, and trust me, the real reward lies.
So you can pretty much forget all those old-school tactics. Things like the skyscraper method, making viral infographics, and especially that myth that if you just build it, they will come. They're all super unreliable, and they just don't scale. The real path to victory is paved with persistence, executing proven methods day in and day out, and doing smart, strategic outreach. It's not sexy, I get it, but it works.
All right, let's start with the lowest hanging fruit in the entire link building orchard. Seriously, if you've ever redesigned your website, changed your CMS, or just haven't audited your site in a while, you could be sitting on a gold mine of lost link juice. Think of it like this. Every link is a vote of confidence for your site. This method is all about reclaiming those lost votes, and it is hands down the easiest win you will ever get.
Still not convinced? Just take a look at Amazon. A quick scan reveals nearly 60,000 groups of broken backlinks. I mean, 60,000. These are valuable links from other websites that are pointing to pages on Amazon that don't exist anymore. So if a tech giant like Amazon is bleeding link equity, you can bet your site is too. And every single one of those broken links is an opportunity just waiting for you to reclaim.
And here's the best part. It's incredibly simple to fix. You just plug your domain into a tool like Ahrefs and find your broken backlinks. Then, and this is the crucial part, you add 301 redirects to the most relevant active page on your site. Don't just send them all to your homepage. That's just lazy, and it's not as effective. Find the right new home for each link, set up that redirect, and boom, you've instantly reclaimed its value. Okay, so once you've reclaimed all that lost link equity, it's time to start building new high-authority links. And that brings us to the PR play. Platforms like Haro and Quoted have been a go-to for years, but believe me, the game has completely changed. Journalists are literally drowning in a sea of AI-generated spam, and they are desperate for a lifeline. And guess what? That's where you come in. Just imagine for a second, you're a journalist on a tight deadline. Your inbox is a war zone, right? It's just bombarded by an army of AI-powered pitch bots. You're trying to find a genuine expert, a real human with a unique perspective. A generic robotic pitch is going to stand out for all the wrong reasons. The people who were just spamming journalists with AI pitches, yeah, they had a brief moment of success, but that window has slammed shut. Now it's all about making a real human connection.
So how do you cut through that noise and become a journalist's best friend? Here's your secret weapon. First, use a branded email. It just screams authenticity. Second, batch your Haro and Quoted emails. Don't let them derail your day. Just scan them once with Control-F to find the right opportunities. And most importantly, use AI as your co-pilot, not your pilot. Brainstorm ideas with it, but then you write the pitch in your own voice with your own unique human touch. That's how you get noticed.
Okay, it's time. Let's talk about the dirty little secret of SEO, link exchanges. All the gurus will tell you it's a one-way ticket to a Google penalty. But the data tells a very, very different story. This is one of the most common ways to build backlinks, and it's happening all the time, right at the top of the search results and right under Google's nose. So what are we actually talking about here? Well, an A/B exchange is the classic, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You link to me, I link to you.
Simple. An ABC exchange, or a link triangle, is a little bit more sneaky. You link to a friend, they link to another friend, and that friend links back to you. The whole idea is to make it look less obvious. But as you're about to see, even the most blatant reciprocal links are surprisingly common.
And this is where things get really interesting. An ARF study found that nearly 44% of page 1 results have reciprocal links. Just let that sink in for a moment. Almost half of the top-ranking websites are linking back and forth to each other. So why aren't they all being penalized? Because when it's done right, it looks completely natural.
Here's the key, and this is straight from Google's own playbook. The magic word here is excessive. Google is cracking down on these large-scale spammy link schemes, not a few strategic exchanges with relevant partners in your niche. Especially when you're just starting out, a handful of reciprocal links can be a really safe and effective way to build that initial authority.
So once you've built a little bit of that initial authority, it's time to hit the trenches. This is the ground game, okay? This is the strategy you use to build a strong foundation of relevant, attainable links. I know everyone dreams of getting a link from Forbes, but that's a long shot for most of us. This is about building a powerful army of links from sites just like yours, one relationship at a time. So here's your mission should you choose to accept it. First, build a target list of websites in your specific niche. Then you launch a manual outreach campaign. And please don't just beg for a guest post, frame it as a collaboration. From there, it's all about negotiation. And always, always do your homework. You got to disqualify any site that looks shady or doesn't provide a do-follow link, which is the kind of link that actually passes authority.
And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. This is the secret weapon. This is the strategy that will allow you to literally reverse engineer your competitors' success and steal their hard-earned momentum. You're about to become a backlink detective.
Okay, here's the plan for our little backlink heist. Pick a major competitor and plug them into Ahrefs. Then we start filtering. We only want the good stuff, in-content links that look natural, and do-follow links that actually pass authority. Then we weed out the small fry by filtering for metrics like domain rating and traffic. This will turn a whole mountain of links into a manageable pile of pure gold.
Now pay very close attention because this is the move that separates the amateurs from the pros. Once you have your filter list, you don't sort by domain rating or traffic. You sort from oldest to newest. Why? Because this reveals the foundational links that launched your competitor's rocket ship. This is the exact blueprint to their initial success. Think about it like this. It's a lot easier to grow from 0 to 50 than it is to grow from 80 to 100, right? That early growth phase is when all the momentum is built. By finding and replicating the very same links that fueled your competitor's early growth, you can slingshot your own site past the competition so much faster. Look, we've just given you 5 powerful weapons for your link-building arsenal. But you have to remember this. A list of targets, no matter how perfect it is totally useless without a plan of attack. The real battle is won in the trenches of outreach. It's about building relationships, sending personalized emails, and just putting in the hard work to turn a prospect into a powerful ally. So, we've laid out the entire playbook for you. You have the quick wins, the secret weapons, and everything in between. All of these methods work when you actually apply them with persistence. The only thing left to do now is to take action. So, the question is, which method will you use to go conquer the SERPs first?